to actively urbanize. And when I talk about active urbanization, it's very important to realize that in India, the process of infrastructure creation has just begun. The process of infrastructure creation is over in Europe, it's over in America, in India it has just begun. And when India starts its process of urbanization, it's important for India to absorb new technology. It is possible today for India to make a quantum jump in its urbanization process using new technology. And today, one of the big things that's happened is that it's possible to impose digital technology over physical space. All of us have grown up by independent water boards, we've grown up by independent electricity board, we've grown up with separate police, we've grown up with, vertical structures. But digital technology enables you to cut across these sectors, have a central command room, recycle water, have smart grids, and have a common security from one center place. And some of these innovations are what is being happening in Korea and China, and what is being talked about by IBM as the smart planet. And it's very important for you to realize that most of these developments that have not happened in the western part of the world. Because when western part of the world urbanization happened, gas and water were cheaply available. And that is why people live in New Jersey and travel to Manhattan. They live in New Jersey, travel to Manhattan, and they travel in big limousines all the way because gas and water were cheaply available. So American cities were made for cars and they were not made for people. And it's very important for Indians to realize that when we make new cities in India, these cities have to be made for the people of India. And a classic case of disaster is the Gurgaon city. I'm saying this because cities evolve. And I'm going to raise this issue for discussion because cities evolve on the transportation network. A transportation network across the city, a public transportation network makes the city grow. The city must develop on both sides of your transportation network. And the second thing which is very important is that workers' housing must come along with this transportation growth. If you don't have workers' housing, you'll have slums. Now, I said about some of the innovative things that have happened, but what I talked about transportation network is very important. And to my mind, the biggest thing in making new cities is the master planning. The master planning holds the key. Because we must realize that Barcelona and Atlanta both were made at the same point of time in history. They both cater to a population of 2.8 million. And yet the CO2 emissions in Atlanta is 12 times more than that of Barcelona. Simply because in Barcelona, 60% of the people either cycles, they walk, or they use public transportation system to travel. Whereas in Atlanta, 99% of the people travel by car. There are no locals. You can't walk, you can't cycle.